Alright, new day, new set of questions. Not really sure what to expect today, just another set of forward, hopefully too easy, too medium from large companies. However, not really sure what to expect. My question bank has been pretty crummy. I might start up a new profile on the website just to, just to get a refresh on the questions and maybe try and grind up another profile in BinarySearch. Who knows? Who knows? What matters in the end is the practice. Alright, let's just go ahead and get started. Music isn't... Oh, it's a little bit loud, I think. Let me just turn that down a tiny bit. That should be better. Cool. Longest repeating sublist after k updates. Given a list of integers and an integer k, consider an operation where we update the value of any number in the list. Return longest sublist containing repeating numbers given that we can perform k operations. Why are these questions so bad? Okay, for this one, right? Can have 100,000. So, what can we do with this? How can we go ahead and tackle this? So, this makes me think of sliding window. Because the obvious solution here is an n squared one. But it might be too slow. So the n squared solution that comes to mind, right, is to just say, starting at every number in the list, go forward until you have made k changes, compare max. This is a very obvious way to do it. It's a very slow way to do it, especially with 100,000 inputs. I doubt this is going to work, but I'm going to try it anyways because it might as well. The other option I think here is to do a sliding window of some sort where we somehow... Actually, no, I can't think of how to exactly... Yeah, see, array 2 pointer implies sliding window where we just move the back pointer, we check the start. I guess the way to approach this as a 2-pointer is to do a hash set, right? Hash set. What we do is not a hash set, rather, hash map. Okay, I think I have an O of n solution in my head here. So the sort of O of n time, but also O of n space way to do this is to make a map, add every element to the map, right? The thing that we can do is calculate the amount of I guess we can calculate the size of the map. Check based on the size of the map, I think. Map, cool. And when that map gets bigger than the k number of changes that we are allowed to make, then we move it maybe. When we have more than k non-current elements in the map, remove previous and add next. And we can keep doing this and keep shifting it until we get through. And our left pointer, hey man, it's good to see you. It's going pretty well. What, day 4 now? I think I forgot to update my title, but we are on day 4 of daily prep here. This question, 40%, but hey, Condor, good to see you. Let's hope this this day's room ends up being a bit more friendly than the previous one from yesterday. But yeah, we'll do that. Remove previous and add next. Left pointer keeps track of what to remove, and current right pointer keeps track of what to add next. Cool, and that should be an O of n solution. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right. Did I make the room public or private is my question. It's invite only. So yeah, the only people that should be getting a link are the ones Prepping for any companies? I have Google Final with 5 back-to-back interviews on Tuesday, and then I have my Microsoft Final. I think like the Wednesday the week after. So got some fairly big prep to do. You know, it's not lightly to take, especially Google's final interview process. It's pretty nuts. Okay, you're given a list of non-negative integers. Sort them. Yeah, Hamming weight sorting has always been a pretty rough one for me. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna need all the luck I can get here. Just luck and practice. Some snake oils. Can those snake oils get me a job at Microsoft? Okay. Oh boy. Oh no, I think he's back. Okay. Getting a job at Microsoft. I would like to, yeah. What? I'm so confused. I'm just gonna swipe that away for a bit and leave that and actually focus on this. Okay, course scheduling. You're given a two-dimensional integer list courses representing an adjacency list where courses at I is the list of prerequisite courses needed to take course I. Return whether it's possible to take all courses. This is gonna be just like your generic sort of graph question. Do these people ever actually like solve questions, or do they just come here to meme in the chat? I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that closed, and yeah, Google's a lot of luck. From what I've heard, it's just a lot of what's it called? It's a lot of getting lucky with your interviewers feeling nice that day. I don't know how many of the people that are in the chat are currently in the stream, but I mean, I'm just going to leave it closed so it doesn't really affect me. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. So, courses at I is the list of prerequisite courses needed to take course I. I guess? What, am I getting lucky with an interviewer? Ah, man. Is this how we are now? Is this what CS is? Dude, no, yeah, it's been happening for like 2 days now. I don't know where they keep getting a link, but yeah, I don't know what's going on in here anymore. The one place I didn't expect to have trolls and buzz in a binary search room. Okay, so adjacency list means that it has a connection from list, let's say A to list B. So I think the main way to do this is to say, hey, can I visit every node? Can I, starting at any given node, visit every node? I mean, are they still going? A bunch of trolls, man. Look at Blind. Dude, Blind is toxic. I made an account just to see what it was about, but it's just toxic and people complaining about how 500,000 TC is not enough. We can take course 1, course 0, then course 2. So yeah, pretty much I think the way to approach this one is going to be to do a BFS search. So do BFS. Do a BFS from every node, and if we visit every node, we are good. And the last one we have here is wildfire. You're given a two-dimensional integer matrix representing a forest in cells. Okay, 0, it's empty. 1, it's a tree. 2, it's fire. According to Blind. Man, no, dude, Blind is... I feel like the people that actively post on Blind are... people that actively post on Blind are people who either A, just want to flex and pretend like they're humble by just, oh no, I only make this much. Okay, what was I even doing? Every day a tree catches fire. A tree catches fire if there is an adjacent tree that's also on fire. Return the number of days it would take for every tree to be on fire. If it's not possible, return a -1. No. Shooting my shot where I can. How they troll Amazon on a daily basis, dude. The only thing I've seen on Blind about Amazon is their like just performance improvement pipeline memes. And whatever poor intern accidentally took down the entire like AWS server network for a good day, that man probably got fired. Okay, so let's try and do this one. Let's try the O of n squared solution first, and then all the premium dating. Yeah, paying for premium doesn't really change much if you weren't getting anything in the first place, huh? Unless you're tall. I mean, just wear heels. Be fine. Okay. So for int I equals 0, I less than nums.length. I still feel like I'm super rusty on all this. Everybody gets 5 minutes on a banana-only diet. I thought Amazon provided, like, you'd expect, you know, a company that's so large to have a better work culture, but I guess when you can afford to, I think their warehouse had a turnover rate of like 130% in like 2020 or 2021. So I guess if you can afford to just hire new people, then you're fine. Int changes equals 0 for int j equals 0. J's. Man, I really wish BinarySearch would put the timer somewhere visible where I didn't have to have the chat open to keep the timer open. Yeah. I'm not even sure what's going on there anymore. Hey, good to see you, man. I see you followed yesterday. I'm not sure if the notification didn't show up or if it was after the stream. But yeah, thank you for that. What's the question? Invisible ducks in your... You know, I'ma just kind of not acknowledge that. J less than nums.length. Okay. So. Oh, the GM's not good for his answer. Okay, so current is going to be the one that we're looking at. All right. There we go. Okay, and then if length equals 0, we're going to do that. Say if nums at j equal current, then what we're going to do is just do current length plus plus. Code forces have grandmasters. Dude, that's got to be nuts to like, because I know there's people that have every single question on LeetCode as well as every question on BinarySearch completed. That's got to be insane. And it's funny how there's still a chance they just there's still a chance they just don't get hired anywhere. Even with all that. So else, if changes is less than k, we're going to do is say changes plus plus, and we're going to do length plus plus as well. Else, if none of those are true, ooh man, which companies are the behaviorals with? Should move to the category software and game development. I was not aware that there was that category, because last I checked, it wasn't there. Granted, that was a couple months back. Yeah, no, he said don't be worried about the behaviorals. There's a trick that I found for all these behaviorals. Let me just write this little trend micro, because they won't write readable code. Interviewing is also a lot about fitting in with the culture of the team. Yeah, that's also a very big part of it, because what I found is the behavioral interviews, little cheat code that I found for pretty much every company is just shove the words communication and understanding into pretty much every response that you say, and make sure you make an emphasis on the fact that you're... Hey, thanks for the follow, man. The main goal is to basically shoehorn the fact that you want to listen and understand the other person's point of view before trying to explain yours, and they love it. That's just all it is. Let's do int max length. To recommend to doing native. Nah, doesn't work. Not from personal experience, but I'm sure it doesn't work. All right, max length equals 0. I think actually we can set max length to 1 if we have a length of greater than 0. Actually, let's do that. Then, if we ever get to this point, we do max length equals math.max. Yeah, no, it worked very well for all the companies that I worked with, because anytime that you work in a team environment, they're looking for people who can communicate. Because I mean, yeah, always be empathetic. Kind of like Van said in the beginning, you know, if they don't write readable code, if they don't mesh with the current team, no matter how good of a developer you are, if you bring the team productivity and morale down as a whole, they're just not going to even look at you. Current. Hey, Simon, it's been a while. I'm back on the ground. I heard you finished up your streak as well, 150 days. Did you end up getting? What'd you end up landing with? Because I'm assuming you got a job if you stopped. Hey, congrats, man. It was well deserved. Don't get anyone working at Google. Chilling today. Hey, no, that's awesome, dude. It's well deserved, man. You put in the work, and it paid off. And to bang. Not Fang Simp. Yeah, no, I've got my Google final for SDE coming up this Tuesday, so I don't think I'm even remotely ready. But yeah, if you want to put in a referral for me, would be much appreciated. Crap, I forgot what I was even doing anymore. I got distracted looking at the chat. Okay, and then here we're gonna return the max length. Yeah, no, Google is kind of insane with their, really? Okay, so, yeah, a few months ready to move up from Google. Current nums at I, okay, length is equal to 0, gender length. So 0, my result was 7. Just chilling too. I have no idea, man. I haven't like used any of these commands like enough to actually do anything about it. So let's see. I'm a software engineer. Don't get much. Oh, well. How do I I don't even know what's going on here. Why do I have 12 people watching this? Ah, jeez. About your interview, honestly, I'm not feeling particularly good about Google. Like, I'm at this point, I'm banking on Google being a practice run for Microsoft, because I stopped practicing and I knew I was supposed to be scheduled with Google and I was waiting for the email, but it got sent to spam. And day of my interview that I had no idea was happening, the interviewer calls me like halfway through. And he's like, hey, are you waiting for like a Google interview or are you joining? I'm like, I mean, I know it's supposed to be scheduled for one, but I'm still waiting. He's like, oh, okay, my bad. And then I searched and I found it in my spam. Let me tell you, dude, when you've made it to the final round of the Google interview and you miss your interview deadline, dude, that, it was bad. But I emailed them, explained the situation, they rescheduled me, and I've been at this for maybe, well, 4 days now. So I don't know how I feel about it. I might just need to, at some point, kind of sit down on my own and do graphs, I'm just banking on not having dynamic programming because I've never been able to learn it properly. And I'm hoping I can just solve it in n squared. and maybe have that be good enough to like slide by. But Google, I'm not feeling too good about. Microsoft though, it seems like it's gonna be easier. Don't worry, really. I'm hoping, dude. I'm hoping I don't see it. Because I start my interview at 10 a.m. and just chalk it up with bad luck. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. DP just hurts, dude. It's painful. I also need to actually solve this question. Okay, so why am I getting 7? One, two, we have a K of 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should just be 6. Why is it not 6? Okay. Current change is less than K. So we got 0, we do 1 change and 2 change. Bro, I wish I knew how to ban people. Like, I have no clue how it all works, but... I mean, I can definitely try. Let's see. Alright, I guess I'll just... I think I figured it out, so I'm just gonna start kind of banning soon enough. Alright, hold on. How does this work? Alright, I think I figured it out. Yeah, I'll just start kind of being a bit more picky, I guess. Because it's fun to a certain point, but at a certain point it does get a bit too far. Alright, changes at 0, current, nums, length. What was I even doing? I completely spaced on what I was doing. Okay, so we're checking current. The length is always 0. Yeah, I don't usually... you see, there's like a fine line between funny and potentially just like too far. So just don't cross that line, we'll be fine. Yeah, I don't have enough viewers to like get mods, but there's a couple people that I've seen around enough. All right, so if it's current, okay, so we get 0. This triggers as current. That's 1. That's 2. Then here we get to change 1, length plus plus. The next change is here, K is at 2. because I'm very intrigued by this, because if I don't have to reset my account and can just keep working at this one. Click 3 dots. Oh my goodness, really? Wait. I am going to do that. That is awesome. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna use that starting next time. Thank you. Okay, so we have our map. Then we start off with the 7. Our current is 7. Then what we need to check, more likely a medium problem. I think it's like a probably not an easy medium, but not a hard one either. It's like kind of dead center for mediums. Binary search, yeah, I mean based off of the acceptance rate. Okay, so what we can do is to say, hey, I think we can just add things into the map until, let's do, actually I think this is a while more level one. Int start equals 0, int end equals 0, while end less than nums.length. So what we can do to say is, while there are, I think less than k different numbers, we're good. Once we hit, so while there, okay, less than k numbers in the map, we can add to length and move end. Otherwise, remove start and move start. Cool. So let's do that. If map.size is less than k, meaning we either have, let's say we can do 2 changes. We want 1 item, 2 item, 3 item is gonna be too much. So less than or equal to k plus 1. Because 0 items, 1 item is okay because we can change whatever, 2 items, okay, 3 items is the max that we want. What we're gonna do is do map.put map nums at end map.get or default nums at end 0 plus 1. So we're going to update the amount of that variable in the map. And then I think what we always need to do is keep a max length. Max length, and after every part of the while loop we say max len equals math.max of max len versus end minus start. Then we could just add that in. Otherwise, what we need to do is say that while map.size is greater than k plus 1, we need to move the start along and remove elements. So map.put nums at start, map.get or default map nums at start. There's no get or default because it's already in there. Start, and we're gonna do a -1. Then we can do a if map.get nums start less than or equal to 0, we're just going to remove it. Let's actually put this in its own block just so it doesn't go off the edge. So map.put nums.start, we're going to decrease the amount of it in the move, and then we're going to do start plus plus. There you go. Let's compile it, find all of our mistakes. Line what? Line 30. There you go, just like that, and let's see what we can do with this. Still a compilation error. Oh, that's why, okay. So -1. Map.remove the start, that needs to be outside. Hash map of, oh, there you go. Cool, and almost there, map.get. Oh, okay. And this is an extra one. Missing a return statement, and down here inside of the public main method, we just return max len with a semicolon. Ooh, I think I might have done bad. Because I didn't actually move this. There you go. Cool. Doesn't work? Okay, let's see why. So K, we cannot make any changes. Oh, that's why, because we can't make that kth change. So if it's less than or equal to 1, meaning we can only ever have, what, one element in it? Because it moves. So we start off at 2. We add the 2 in. We set our max length to 1. Then end gets moved to the 1. Map.size is less than or equal to 1. We add in how do we actually tackle this? Okay. K greater than 0, I don't know. Because with 0 changes, we only want a map size of 1. Okay. Hey, thanks, Van Radius. Welcome to the room. Let's hope we can actually get some productive work in aside from whatever was going on up here. It was a little bit intimidating, not gonna lie. Not really sure how to deal with those situations. Let's do if nums dot. Hey, Simon, welcome. I'm gonna have you show me how to solve all these problems. I haven't coded in like 2 months. What have you been doing at your job? If not coding. Dang it, man. TLE, okay. Don't even know if I can do it. Dude, I took a month off, and let me tell you, it has been rough. Yeah, no, I honestly, I'd much rather have like 2 or 3 viewers. But, you know, people that are actually contributing rather than having so many, trying to be productive, trying to get better at programming, but they make it very difficult to do so. So I think the edge case that we're running into is when K is greater than 0. Because, let's do this, and start is less than nums.length. What we're going to do now is to say math.abs. we're going to take the absolute value of this difference. Because if it's the same one, it's just going to... Still TLE. Okay. I have too many boxes in my apartment right now. Oh, do you have to move out because, like, move somewhere because of the job you took, or how'd that one go? Yeah, see, because that breaks it. I don't know how to handle this edge case. I think this would have been a mostly appropriate solution to have at an interview, because an edge case would have been, you know, definitely easier to kind of discuss with the interviewer rather than having no solution at all. Kind of proud that I was able to implement the sliding window as well as I did. So how do we handle length with a k of 0? Because the very obvious way is to write another method. Did my camera get bumped up back to like full HD? Why did it do that? No, it's 720. Weird, because it looks like it's lagging behind a little bit. If I do 680 by 480, very tiny. All right, and let's do that and bump it. That doesn't look good. Okay, let's fix that real quick. 1280 by 720. Frame rate, let's do 30 FPS. That should be a little bit better. Ooh. I love doing on-the-fly adjustments here. Let's put that back up there. Gotta float around a little bit here. Okay, I think that upping the frame rate might have helped a little bit. Alright, how do I fix this issue that I'm having? The very obvious way is to write another for loop to say, like, if k is equal to 0, then int len equals 0, int previous equals nums at previous equals nums at 0, and then let's see, what do we got? Nums at 0, and then say for int I equals 1, I less than nums dot length I plus plus. Set length to 1, int max length. Really curious to see an actual solution to this problem though. Max length is equal to 1 if nums at I equals previous, then what we're going to do is do length plus plus, else previous equals nums at I. Oh goodness, I need to review linked lists as well. I haven't touched those in a fair bit. I might just have to like practice the more generic, like if I can get knapsack in my memory before then, I'd be happy. Max length equals math dot max of max len versus just length. There we go, and then length equals 1. And after all, we're going to return max length. Oh goodness, take on me, lo-fis. Goodness, I really hope at least somebody can solve this question so I can at least see how it was done. Cool. Okay, fine, edge case then. If nums.length equals 0, we're going to also return 0. If this question shows up anywhere, I'm going to be so sad. Like, if it shows up on an interview. Okay. Okay, so there we go. And I think this is one of those fence post problems where at the end we just need to once again update the max length. Take care of that. Goodness. You know, at this point, I think it's just like a flaw in my solution proper. This question, I really hope this question doesn't show up on an interview because I'm struggling a little too much with it to be comfortable. Granted, I don't know what I'd be comfortable with at this point. Like, it's very difficult to just jump back into practice. Because I don't know. Yeah, it's like certain questions like this that, hey, Ripping Frog, good job. Congrats. It's certain questions like this that they're so demoralizing. Like, I've spent my entire time on this one question. Though next time I'm gonna be starting a new session and I'm gonna do a lot better. It's gonna be good. We're gonna have a good time. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that today. I got somewhere to be after the stream, so let's see. First problem was not easy. It is not, man. It is not. I do kind of, in the end, if I don't end up solving it, I want to look up a solution and see how close my solution was to the solution. So while end less than or equal to nums and start. Okay, so while we are still in bounds, right? While we're in bounds, let's do this real quick. And start is less than end. Should never get to this point where they're less than or equal. Let's do less than or equal to make sure. Cool. Shouldn't fix anything. So let's check out why it's like this. Why is it off by 1? So we add the 1 to the map. We have a map of size 1. We're fine. That's okay. We move the end by 1. End is sitting at 2. We add the 1 to the map. Okay, let's do this. Let's print out the map at each step here. At this point, this question is like, I'm determined to solve it. Println map.toString. See how we're getting up to 3. Welcome, Van Radius. Maybe you'll be able to help us solve. Okay. Less than or equal to k plus 1. I see what the issue is. Because 2 at that point, we're still less than or equal to. Oh, wait a minute. What if I do this? Then after this, we do an if block saying if map.size is greater than k plus 1. Okay, where? ToString, semicolon, boom. Well, crap, okay. Does it work for the base one even? Okay, that works for the base one, but it doesn't work for this one. Why not? My result was 4. So the map doesn't ever actually go above where we want it, which is nice. Greater than maybe or equal to? This shouldn't be the right way, but yeah, that's wrong. Okay, so we are updating the map to the correct size, and okay, so k is 1. Map should only ever be too big. Let's see what we're getting. Okay. 3 is in there. The second 3 is in there. The 1's in there. That's okay. But then we find that the map is 0, 1, 2, which is... Oh, wow! Bravo. Okay, when this round ends, we're looking at your solution. Because I'm curious if it was like similar to mine, just with different bounds. What if I do that? Ah, the guy hasn't coded in 2 months. Too much brain juice. Hey, dude, it's not easy at all, man. It's not easy at all. What if I do this? Wrong answer. That doesn't work. Okay. GG, man. GG. Haven't coded in 2 months. All right, so it looks like we're still not. Not enough time left. At this point, I'm just committed to trying to. My brain juice reserves got spent. Hey, I appreciate you going through and solving it, though. Really curious to look through the solution. I mean, C++ should be similar enough in syntax to either C or Java, so I should be able to read it pretty cleanly. Unless we started throwing pointers around, which I doubt it. Okay. GG. Not a single problem today, man. Not a single one. But new session, it's going to be great. Yep, LR, most frequent number. Okay. So you got a map and a integer for the size. Keeping a frequency map and tracking the most frequent number in the window. Yeah, I was trying to implement sliding window as well. So L and R, I'm assuming, yep, while R is less than N, int right equals the next element. Frequency map of right plus plus. Oh, I love this. This syntax is great. Because this versus, where is it? This. Terrible. Okay, so we're going to add that to the frequency map. If it's bigger than the most frequent, we set the most frequent to it. While R minus L minus most frequent, so you're keeping, oh, okay. So let me just, I guess, try and write out what I think you're doing here. So what you're doing is saying, okay, I'll write it up here because it's easier to see. So you have you have the end and start, so you know the width of the window. End minus start is the width of the window. And then you have your most frequent, which is the one that you are currently looking at, right? And then by doing this, you have width minus most frequent gives you the number of other elements. So by doing this, you can say if num of others is greater than the k changes that we can make, we can then move the left from it. It's genius. Left equals... Yeah, that's... Bravo, man, bravo. Yeah, no, sadly, I won't have time to actually go... I want to see this solution in Java real quick. Curious to see if other people have can do it with Java. Ooh, let's go. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta open my. I have like. Ooh, something froze up. What's my RAM usage at? Oh, okay, we're fine. I thought I was peaking my RAM. All right. Let's see. Python and everything. Yeah, no, it's definitely, I think, the most demoralizing thing about coming back, having not known about sessions, is all good. It's having the question banks they give you just be nightmarish. Okay, because this is a from the submissions page, this is a Java solution to it. And just making sure. Yeah, that works. Still not terribly fast, but So he keeps track of in the hash map. Yep, historical max, left, right. Yeah, Simon, I think he did it the way that you ended up doing it, with keeping a historical max and using that to determine whether the current thing we're looking at is the sequence or... The hint says binary search? Oh, goodness. Why does it say binary search? Very confused. Not quite sure how you would apply binary search to this, honestly. This seems like entirely sliding window and nothing else. Yeah. Alright, well, I think, honestly, that's going to be it for me for today. I'm going to, here and now, I think, start a new session. Maybe. That could also be a way to do it, yeah? Alright, let's do, this is initial session. Let's do, oh, no, wait. Google and Microsoft prep. Cool. That's going to be our active session. So I think next time I actually make a bank of questions, it should be good questions, not this garbage. Not this garbage. It was kind of a cool feeling though, knowing that I was so close to solving all the easies, but the easies after this point are just nightmarish. It's terrible. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I'm going to be back tomorrow, hopefully with easier questions. Hopefully less people to have to ban and deal with in chat, but yeah, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Simon, it was good to see you. Congrats again on that Google offer. Looking forward to my own upcoming Google interview and hopefully getting that job. I mean, Google's a nightmare, but hoping, you know, I'll just mention that I know Simon and I'll get the job. It'll be easy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. See you, everyone.